Local news that matters. This is KSEE24 News Sunrise.
His reputation's in the toilet, right? Doesn't matter what the verdict was in this case. He has to live with this for the rest of his life.
What is next for Assemblymember Joaquin Arambula after a jury finds him not guilty of child cruelty?
And tensions are on the rise between the U.S. and Iran, what President Trump is now saying.
At 6:33, the sun is making its way out, or is already, look at this, shining bright. Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday, and welcome to KSEE24 Sunrise. I'm Alex Delgado.
Beautiful sunrise on sunrise there. I'm Joe Mueller, joined by Lauren Wallace. So we were just talking about the couple of fairs going on. I got Chowchilla and Porterville, but weather-wise, today might be the best.
Yeah, today's a great day. Tomorrow, if you go early, it will be a good day as well. But heading into late tomorrow and Sunday, we will be seeing some showers. So for today, enjoy it. We're getting a break from the rain. This is your radar satellite loop showing the last 6 hours. Valley, you've been dry for the most part overnight. We have a couple of lingering showers and some snow in the higher elevations, but that's where the moisture will stay today. So in the valley, we're going to be much quieter, and we're also going to see some sunshine. Of course, you saw that live picture. It's 52 in Fresno now, 53 for those of you in Los Banos. Quite cool if you're in Mendota or Lemoore this morning. Waking up to 40s on the map. 51 in Visalia, and then Shaver Lake barely staying above freezing. So this is cool for this time of the year, and our afternoon highs will stay on the cool side as well. So here's your school day forecast. 53 degrees at 7 o'clock, and then your 3 o'clock temperature, 67 degrees, well below the average high of 85. Heading into the weekend, again, we will start out dry, but I do have a storm system to track. I'll take a look at that coming up. First, we'll send it back to Alex and Joe.
All right, in case you're heading outdoors in the South Valley, a reminder this morning that the surrounding parks near the Kings River are closed. The Kings County Emergency Services Director says flow from Pine Flat Dam combined with the melting snowpack is rising to dangerous levels. The closure will remain in place until further notice.
And part of Big Oak Flat Road in Yosemite National Park is also closed this morning. The closure starts at the Big Oak Flat entrance and ends at the Foresta Junction. Park officials say it's due to the snow and accidents there. For the latest road Yosemite closures, call 209-372-0200.
We're following breaking news at this hour. Fresno police are investigating a drive-by shooting. Officers say a man was shot outside of a home at Belgravia and Ivy.
Our Fabiola Ramirez has been live from the scene all morning long with the very latest. Hi, Bobby.
Joe and Alex, police have now cleared the scene, but that is the home where that was shot at, that home as well as a vehicle that was parked outside earlier. Police say 4 to 5 people were hanging out at the front yard around 4:16 this morning when a vehicle drove by, turning the corner and fired about 5 shots. One man was shot on the leg and taken to CRMC. Last we heard, he's in stable condition. A sergeant that was on scene tells us the family and friends standing outside didn't know who fired at them.
They said they've never seen the vehicle before, and thought it was kind of weird. And once they saw the vehicle come westbound on Belgravia, southbound, opened fire on them.
Police say they were alerted about the shooting through ShotSpotter. They say that the home was hit, a person as well as the car. The other people were not injured. At this time, there is no description of the vehicle or the suspect, or if there is more than one suspect. I'll send it back to you, Joe and Alex.
Thank you, Fabi. Developing this morning, a man is in critical condition after he was shot in another drive-by shooting. Fresno police still looking for the gunman.
That's right. Investigators spent much of the night canvassing the area and interviewing witnesses. Police say the victim was shot while in his car sitting at a red light on Ashland and Blythe Avenues. 2 men driving a red Chrysler pulled up next to the victim's car and started shooting.
Looks like there were several shots fired, and then the vehicle fled the scene. We know at this point that the victim was hit. We do not know how many times, and he was immediately rushed to the hospital.
Investigators don't know if the shooting is gang-related, but if you have any information, you're asked to call the Fresno Police Department.
And police in Fresno have arrested 2 men accused of killing a man in front of his young grandson. Investigators say 24-year-old John Chavez and 19-year-old Andrew Guillen gunned down 53-year-old Alejo Armenta in front of a home near Jensen and Cedar on Easter Sunday. Police say Armenta's 4-year-old grandson was just a few feet away when he was killed in the driveway. Detectives say Chavez and Guillen have a violent history.
A Clovis man is facing charges after police say he broke into a home naked and assaulted two 10-year-old girls. Police say Timothy Picard broke into the home on Fowler and Ashland early Sunday morning. Investigators say he went into the girls' bedroom and touched them inappropriately. Here's what Picard looks like. Detectives say they found his clothes and his fingerprints as well. He is now charged with burglary, lewd acts, and assault. Investigators are working with other departments as well to find out if Picard is responsible for other crimes.
Down south in Riverside County, 6 people are recovering this morning after a Fresno pilot crashed a jet into a warehouse there. This video shows the aftermath of yesterday's crash. The pilot has not been identified. He was part of the 144th Fighter Wing in Fresno. He ejected before the crash. The military tells us he was conducting a training mission at the time.
He's from Fresno, but he's stationed out of here to fly those aircraft.
Our prayers are with the sole pilot who was on board, who ejected, and has been transported to a local hospital for evaluation.
The cause of the crash is still under investigation.
In continuing coverage now, Assemblyman Joaquin Arambula will be back at work at the state capitol Monday after he was found not guilty of child cruelty. Back in December, police arrested Arambula at his daughter's school after the 7-year-old told a teacher her father had hit her. Arambula testified he had only spanked her. The jury found him not guilty, ending 4 months of investigations. Arambula's attorneys say the charges were politically motivated. The prosecutor says that's not true.
Anything, I hope that this lets other people know that if they're going to abuse a child, it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter what you do for a living, we're going to do what we can to hold you accountable for that crime.
Arambula says his experience will shape his work in the state legislature and the criminal justice system.
There's another major setback this morning for the high-speed rail project. The project is already billions of dollars over budget and years behind schedule, and now the Federal Railroad Administration is canceling $929 million. They also want $2.5 billion already spent on the project returned. Assemblyman Jim Patterson says this should be no surprise.
This shouldn't be any surprise to the state of California. Our own auditor, Elaine Howell, in a very thorough audit probably 5 or 6 months ago, warned that this was going to happen, that you can't operate high-speed rail and spend the money the way that they have done and not be at grave risk for a clawback and a cancellation of the agreement.
Supporters of the project say despite the setback, the project will continue to move forward, and California will just sue over the canceled funds.
President Trump has a new plan to secure the border and create a new legal migration system. The plan calls for building a border wall in targeted locations. It would also change the asylum system with the goal of processing fewer applications. The president also says he wants to reform the nation's green card system and make it a merit-based system, favoring people with high-level skills and education. This morning, tensions are increasing between the U.S. and Iran. President Trump is now weighing in on a possible war with Iran. NBC's Craig Boswell has the very latest.
A short response from President Trump to a direct question about war with Iran. A handful of lawmakers, the so-called Gang of Eight, including members from both parties, were the first lawmakers briefed days after the administration cited unspecified intelligence reports that Iran is planning to attack U.S. forces in the Middle East. Congressional leaders say they're being left in the dark.
The Senate is sort of outraged that we haven't been briefed by the administration.
The administration has sent military assets to the Middle East and on Wednesday partially evacuated the U.S. embassy in Iraq.
I have not been briefed about why we withdrew people from the consulate and the embassy. That's disappointing and unacceptable.
NBC News confirms the president told Acting Defense Secretary Patrick Shanahan he does not want to go to war with Iran.
And the responsibility in the Constitution is for Congress to declare war. So I hope that the president's advisors recognize that they have no authorization to go forward in any way.
Critics say National Security Advisor John Bolton is to blame.
He's trying to goad Iran into giving him a pretext for this war.
I actually temper John, which is pretty amazing, isn't it?
The president dismissed reports his advisors are pushing him to conflict. Craig Boswell, NBC News, Washington.
Now to Community Matters this morning, thousands of folks will be heading to Fresno State today and tomorrow. Commencement ceremonies will begin today, starting with the Craig School of Business at 7:45. The university's main graduation ceremony is tomorrow at 1 p.m. at the Save Mart Center. So if you're going by the area, you'll want to watch out for traffic. For a list and times of all the ceremonies, visit fresnostate.edu/commencement. And we want to congratulate two members of our KSEE24 production team, George Garnica and Sorrel Mallory, will be graduating today from the College of Arts and Humanities. Congratulations. That's very cool.
It's a very wimpy applause, but we're very proud of both of them.
No, yeah, no, Garnica, he's always the one behind the camera out in the field, so people probably would know who he is, but yeah.
They'd recognize his thumb because he's always giving a thumbs up.
His thumb in front of the camera, so congrats to them too. We're happy.
And Sorrel, he's going to go very far in this business, I can tell. He's a hard worker.
Works a lot.
All right. It's 6:42.
You need more coffee.
I do. I'm going to go get some right now.
Still ahead, a warning for drivers if you are heading up to the mountains, what you should know before you hit the road. But first, here's Lauren.
Your 4-day allergy forecast brought to you by the Allergy Institute and Dr. A. Minian. Levels are going to be lower today, medium tomorrow, and then lower again Sunday and Monday. Your primary pollens, oak, privet, and olive. We certainly saw a lot of rain yesterday. We'll get a break today, but don't put the umbrellas away quite yet. Your forecast brought to